guys, we're in Key Largo. Guys, we're in Key Largo. We've got damaging winds. We had billboards break, telephone poles snap, telephone trees snap. Jeff, we had probably a tornado vortex just cross 1A here in Key Largo. Just went across the road right by us with debris. Just came across the highway. We've got very damaging winds in Key Largo now. Listen to the winds. Winds are probably sustained at 60, gusts to maybe near 70. Well, I got flying debris. A lot of things are breaking in Key Largo. Poles are broken. Billboards are coming down. We're in a very intense band in Key Largo now. Billboard break back down the road into a mobile home area. And then we had telephone poles break. We actually had a vortex cross the road. Almost got hit by a vortex, went across Highway 1 with damage, flying debris. We're in Key Largo with a big heavy band right now. We're right here. There's lots of very heavy stuff falling and blindness right here. We're in this band right here. Winds are probably 65 plus in this area. These are where the 65 mile-an-hour winds are coming ashore. This general area. 65 to 70. So I got this area 78, almost 80 miles an hour now. Just southeast of me, 4 miles. I do have damage, ongoing damage in Key Largo. It's underway at this time. Flying debris, telephone poles have snapped. I've got billboards that snapped. Awnings have collapsed. I've got a canopy back down the road there, half a mile. Came down on a mobile home court area, like a 50 foot by 50 foot canopy. Got ripped off a building and hit some fifth wheels. But there is damaging winds in Key Largo. Winds near, just below hurricane force winds, 65, maybe gusts to 70. Wow, this band right here, when it just passed through this band right here, very damaging winds. Yeah, very damaging winds now. And it's going to be back to this band right here. Very, very damaging winds in this band now. 65 to 70 mile an hour winds with damage. We just had damage in the last 10 minutes in Key Largo. This is a band of damaging winds coming on shore now. From North Key Largo Island. Got awnings ripping. I got some stuff ripping off some buildings. That had poles break just down there. Oh, transformers exploding. See that? Right behind me. Transformers exploding. Right behind me. Power flashes back in Key Largo. We have damaging winds ongoing in Key Largo. We're in this northeast eye wall band. Wow, flying debris. Winds probably gusted near 70 in Key Largo. 65 to 70 with damage. Bear with me here. Let's send another report out in just a minute. Okay, we're gonna go up the road here. I'm gonna put this down here, guys. Got power flashes behind me. I'm gonna go up the road to send another report to water service. Yeah, very damaging winds now are up. Oh, another flash. North Key Largo, the south of Homestead, damaging winds in progress. Call Jeff here. Whoa. Well, did you hear the flying debris? I can hear debris flying in the air, hitting things. Big clumps of debris. You hear the telephone poles whistling. Watch out. Gotta watch the roads real careful here. I'm gonna try to get up in this heavier band. Let me show you what's happening. I'm right here. Here's where the damage is occurring. It's right in around Key Largo. Power flashes, telephone poles broke, trees, billboards down, canopies off roofs and buildings in the Key Largo area. And I'm going north up into this band right here. This is a very damaging band of winds. There's more debris on the road. Get you cleared up here. Wow. Gotta watch this road here real carefully. Anyway, damaging winds are in progress in the Key Largo area, right where the switchover line is. 60, it looks like 60, 65, maybe gusts to 70, almost hurricane force. Gusts just below 70, and around the Key Largo area, 60, 65, 58 to 65, 70s coming on shore. Some 75, 78 mile-an-hour winds are now just 5 miles offshore. Lots of tree limbs are broke, palm tree limbs down. Taking a track to the northeast here. I'm going to go back up in this band. This band is producing damaging winds. Key Largo north and east, up to North Key Largo, up to south of Homestead. This band right here coming on shore is producing damage. It's not the worst damage I've ever seen. It's on the lighter end, but it is producing damage. We did have power flashes, and we do have scattered damage back in Key Largo and back on the south side, southwest side. There's some utility emergency vehicles running northbound here. Whoa. Driving into the wind, so it's find this next band. I'm right on the edge of the band, very close to the edge. This is where the most intense band is coming ashore now. Is in the immediate Key Largo area, and immediately North Key Largo to Key Largo is experiencing damaging winds moving onshore and have been for about the last 15 minutes. I call it light damage at this time. Lots of fine debris, just tree debris. Looks like there's tree debris in the air. Leaves and things are flying in the air. I can see debris in the air flying. Whoa, getting hit hard with very high winds here. Gusts are probably in that 55 to 65 mile range. Lots of small tree debris, limbs are down, which is what you expect with tropical storm conditions. Still heading north on 1A and see if we can get back into the more intense band up here. Guys, stay with us. We're gonna see if the road's closed up here. We've got some emergency vehicles in front of me here, and they're heading north on 1A. The road probably will be closed up here. Getting very, very close to this northern band here. We're walking on the south side of the northern band, but as the band came through Key Largo, still ongoing as these very strong onshore winds, 60, 65, maybe gusts to 70, is producing damaging winds in Key Largo and have produced damage, not major, but I'd call it minor damage. Some billboards, it broke off some telephone poles, some power lines down, trees down, canopies off a couple buildings, and a couple fifth wheels were kind of rolled to their side. Again, not anything major, just scattered minor damage in the Key Largo area. Got to make a phone call, stand by. On 1A now, continue to head north. A lot of flooding. Coming north with the band. Looks like the really intense band right now is over North Key Largo. It's now past Key Largo, Maine. They're still having high winds there, 50 to 65. But the main band now is up over just south of Homestead, back over to North Key Largo. We're just east of the, we're in the inflow side of the changeover line. I'll try to show you here real quick. Take me just a second, and then I have to put you back on the mount. You see where I'm at. This is all the onshore flow. This is the damaging winds coming onshore. North Key Largo, this is all damaging winds. This is all rough winds. So you got 65 to 70 miles. And Key Largo, in this area, you need to watch for damaging winds coming onshore. Stay away from the, actually, if you're in North Key Largo or Homestead, especially Homestead, you're getting ready to change over. If you haven't yet, momentarily, you're going to change over to this strong, deep east wind. You need to go to lower shelter, go to the lowest part of your house. I would probably stay away from the east-southeast windows, possibly get into the interior walls, bathrooms. Okay, got washed over now. Yeah, if you're in Homestead and North Key Largo area, you need to watch for, definitely need to watch for damaging winds and trees. Focus on the road here, guys. through a very tight area here on 1A. North of Key Largo, we've got overwashed ongoing overwash on 1A. There's overwashing rocks on 1, which is expected. Northbound 1, got overwash north of Key Largo, going back to the mainland. It's kind of a low area. We did have boulders and rocks in the road with some water lapping on 1A. It was on the far right hand side of the road over by the guardrails. Water was on 1A. There was like some waves on northbound 1, highway 1. There's some overwash. We're now back into a little bit higher area right here. We'll go into another low area coming up here in about a mile, so we have to be really careful up the road here. Again, really intense winds, 50 sustained, gusts of 65 coming on shore now on this heavy band that went through Key Largo with damage, and that band is moving up toward Homestead and North Key Largo now. It's heading up toward Homestead. There will be damaging winds in Homestead as well as this band comes north. I can see white caps off to the right of the road. Up to 1, there's debris on 1. There's a bucket and some things. Yep, more water. Got to watch. Look at all the. That's got sand. Got rocks. You guys can see it or not. Continue northbound. Got the road there stopping, so I'm gonna go slow here. There's boulders, rocks, and debris in the northbound lanes of 1, which is expected. It does it quite frequently. Even with a tropical storm or a hurricane, it'll do it. There's water splashing up to the right here on the road. Okay, winds are now getting back into 60-mile-an-hour winds, flying debris. That was a flying jug in front of the road, going down the road here. Winds 55 to 60. Lots of debris on the road, both on the road and flying in the air. Coming off probably the boats. I got boats and marinas immediately east of me, so stuff's coming out of this harbor, this boat marina area, coming across 1 northbound. Very strong tropical storm continues. And the upper Keys. The damaging winds are now still south of Homestead, but in the North Key Largo area, wrapping back to the west-northwest. They're north of Key Largo itself by 5 miles now. But North Key Largo, wrapping to the south of Homestead, damaging winds are continuing to come to the north. The band's lifted quickly to the north-northwest and west. Wow. Take this off so you can see where I'm at. There's North Key Largo. I'm just to the west of that. You can see how the band's rotating upward. This is about 55 to 60 mile-an-hour winds, and as this continue to rotate up, and we'll go back here to this guy, inspector, and you can see we got 65, 70 mile-an-hour winds, 70, 75, 72, just near hurricane force winds, maybe not quite on the ground. It might be closer to 60, 65 at the surface, but you got this big fetch of these very strong, just to the north of the center here, where it's convecting free, you got this big, strong, damaging winds coming onshore now. Damaging winds are onshore, almost to Homestead, the changeover line, where you're going to go from this northeast wind back here, back on the west of the zero ice top line here, and then you're going to switch over to strong winds. When this line passes, it's coming in on Homestead now. You probably got a real light northeast or east wind, but as soon as that line gets over here to the west of you, you're going to have damaging winds coming on into the city of Homestead. In Princeton, you're going to have damaging winds also, maybe south of Kendall, but definitely in this area, Key Largo up to North Key Largo, this area has got damaging winds currently underway and will continue to move inland as the strong tropical storm, not quite hurricane, but strong tropical storm, almost hurricane force winds in the Key Largo area, just under hurricane force winds now with damage at Key Largo coming north to North Key Largo. These are damaging winds coming onshore in this area right now. So if you're in Homestead, North Key Largo, or Key Largo in this area, North Key Largo, you need to get away from the west windows or east windows, southeast windows. Go to your interior hall, and I would get in your interior bathtub area in the center of the hall. If you're in Homestead, North Key Largo, these damaging winds are going to continue to come on shore. Okay? So it's like a tornado type situation. You're going to have these strong damaging winds are continue to come on shore. Again, they're in that 65 range. So if you get a tree coming down or partial roof coming off, it won't take much to create damage. There's a very strong onshore flow winds. Okay, and go back to reflectivity, and these winds are mixing down with this heavy band, this heavy precip band here is mixing down the very damaging winds to the ground. My ears are popping really bad right now. My ears are hurting because of the pressure going on. These are very damaging winds right in here. This area right here is very bad winds, Almost zero visibility outside. Visibility is about 10 yards, 20 yards visibility. Lots of tree debris on the road. Now the winds are insane. Oh, they're blowing up over this bridge deck. Whoa, winds are really, really, really strong here. The ocean is just to my right. Whoa, that's 65 plus there. Can barely keep the vehicle on the road. Winds are really screaming now. The east, hard, very hard east winds. East southeast winds. Yep. Now I'm over the 18-mile bridge. I'm past that now. I'm on the mainland, heading up to south of Florida City. About 10 miles south of Florida City, coming north on 1. Recap what we had a little bit ago. About 25 minutes ago, we had winds probably gusting of 65 to 75 in the Key Largo area. We did have damage in Key Largo. Pole snapped, billboards snapped. In a kind of a mobile home fifth wheel area. Looks like one fifth wheel was probably on its side, power lines down. Also had numerous transformers blow in the city, and had I didn't see it, but Jeff was behind me about 100 yards. He said a vortex went over one, across Highway 1 between me and Jeff, and apparently he's got video of it going behind my vehicle as it crossed 1A with flying debris with the vortex. I did not see it, but Jeff behind me did. And I was on the phone with him when it happened, and he said debris and the vortex went across behind my vehicle, like 20 yards, 40 yards behind my vehicle. I did not see it, but Jeff was behind me about 100 yards, saw it, and apparently he's got it on video. That's in Key Largo. Still coming north. This 50-50, this band continues to come north with us. It looks like before I make this call here, yeah, it looks like the center of the circulation now is, let me go over to Key West radar. The model that did the best today, hands down, was the HRR model. The weather geeks out there, the HRR model handled today's center and the current ongoing convection and center of circulation. It nailed it. It brought it much further north in the northern upper Keys. That's exactly what it said was going to happen, and that's exactly what it did. And it had an intense band most of the evening, early evening, over Fort Lauderdale area, intense flash flooding, and it nailed it. It nailed the forecast today. The HRR did a phenomenal job today with real-time hourly updates. They said it was going to be in the upper Keys, very near Key Largo, the center. It passed just southwest of Key Largo. Did an extremely good job. Center now looks like it's probably very close or going over Layton, or just right over Layton area. Wow. Wow. Switch back to AMX. Get my radar. Just trying to look at all the velocity data from all the different radars. Yeah, okay, the zero line is moving west. It's now moved west of me. Yeah, it's moving west. Let's see where we're at here in Homestead. We're going to be getting to Homestead just about the time the winds are going to switch. Right now the winds you're almost on the zero line, so your wind's going to go from that kind of that northeasterly direction, and you're going to switch. If you haven't already switched to a deep east wind, you're going to snap around to east southeast wind, 50, maybe gusts to 60, 65 in Homestead very shortly. We're probably about 6 miles south of Homestead now. We're about 8 miles south of Homestead. Cab coming out of the real heavy band. Now we're just on the north eye. We're on the north end of the super intense band now. See, I just cleared that band. This is the damaging wind band down here. It's all right in here. Oh, this heavy core. This is the damaging wind right in here. It's still south of Homestead. It's not in Homestead. The damaging winds are not. It's with this band, this line. And so the zero line, the changeover line is approximately right here as a changeover where you go this strong easterly wind. So as this band lifts northward up in this area, and then you got the changeover line, that's when the damaging winds are going to come down. Okay, see the zero line there? So it's pretty close. So there's the changeover line. It's kind of running right near Homestead right now. It's just about to move through, but give it a few minutes after it passes, then you're gonna go to a pretty strong east-southeast fetch. They have a very heavy, intense band also going through Kendall, just south of Miami. That's a very also intense band. Probably may have some damaging winds there as well. Not quite as intense. It's more intense down here, right here off the Atlantic, right down in here. It's very intense damaging winds. You see how it's much higher blues there, 65, 75, 78. But again, it's not the surface, but if you start getting the winds at 75 and approaching 80, 75, 70, 77, 78 over this area, you've got damaging winds. Take about 10% off that, you're going to have wind 65. Again, Key Largo, you see where that punch is. If we loop it here, you can see where those strong onshore winds are coming onshore. It's going to be between Key Largo. Look at those blues coming onshore there. See that? They're wrapping in hard now back at Key Largo as well as North Key Largo. That's where the real damaging winds are coming ashore right here. Don't know if the real bad stuff's gonna make it all the way up to Homestead. It's probably gonna stay south of you. The worst of the worst, it's gonna be down in this area right here. I'd say Key Largo for sure. And North Key Largo, right in that little bend right there, right where the one makes the bend right there. It's right on this bend right here. But luckily, this is a very rural area. There's a couple of marinas on this road in this general area, you know, in these areas, a couple of marinas, but nothing, not a lot of housing per se. You have to get down at Key Largo where you get more housing and buildings. Yep.